jail. I'm not going back to jail. Home. Will you please come home? Will you please come home? Will you please come home?
Hello, guys. This is Pinkie, the housewife. Thank you all for being with me this afternoon. I do have some new information for you today, and I'm going to show you the video. But before I do that, let's go ahead and get the house rules out of the way. If everyone can go ahead and hit that like button for me, that's a way for me to stay in the algorithm and to bring you more great content. And go ahead and subscribe to the channel. And if you have subscribed to this channel, go ahead and subscribe to my second channel, Pink Global. All right. All right, guys. Let me thank you all for doing those things for me. Now let's go ahead and get on with the matter at hand. Okay. I will be putting a trigger warning on this because I'm not sure exactly what's going to transpire or what's going to be said. Okay. But it is a trigger warning for some. All right. Now, we're going to be talking about R. Kelly. You know, he went to the hospital. Yes, he did. Allegedly over an overdose of his medication. And then also, he thinks someone is trying to do him in, thinking someone wants him unalive. Don't want him breathing anymore. Okay, so we're going to get into that. All right. And one thing I do want to say, when he did get to the hospital, the hospital did confirm that he had taken more medication than he should have. I'm not sure how that was given to him, administered to him. But we're going to talk about it. He got a long time in the popo. He ain't getting out anytime soon. But at least his hair is not as gray as P. Diddy. P. Diddy looked like he's somebody's great grandpa. At least his hair is not as gray. That's one good thing I can say about him. Not that I like either one of them. They did what they did. And they're not in my book of people that I like, but I do have to report the news and I do have to be honest and report it as fact. And, so it's just my opinion. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and get on with the matter at hand here. All right. R. Kelly, wait, let me just say this. This information will be down on the credit below my video in the description box, okay? WRAL News, they're stating that R. Kelly was rushed to Duke Hospital in Durham after allegedly poison overdose. It was a poison overdose. I'm not saying that he did it himself, but it do have to be administered. So wonder who gave it to him. That's what we need to be looking at, and who prepared the medication, okay? Because the man can't read or write. So if he can't read or write, I don't know how that works, but I don't think he administered his own medication, Okay, court doc states R. Kelly was rushed to Duke University Hospital on June 13th. After allegedly overdosing on medication while incarcerated at the Federal Correction Institute in Buckner. Okay. Mm. You know, he was charged on the same thing that P. Diddy was being charged on. They'll make some great cellmates. They was friends before. They can reminisce. But R. Kelly allegedly overdosed in prison last week and was rushed to Duke University Hospital in Durham, according to court documents filed by his lawyer. The court filing states the 58-year-old singer, whose legal name is Robert Kelly, remained in the hospital for 2 days. It claims prison staff gave Kelly an amount of medication that could unalive him. Okay, we're getting to the root of this. Prison staff gave it to him. Somebody must be paying them off to do a job. That's in my opinion. Okay. After the hospital, Mr. Kelly learned that he had been administered an overdose, equivalent to quantity of his medication that threatened his life, the document states. Kelly took medication for anxiety to help him sleep, according to the documents. Chicago-based attorney Bo Brentley made the court filings on Monday on behalf of Kelly in the United States District Court, Northern Division of Illinois, and the Eastern Division. According to the filings, Kelly was forced to take medication in solitary confinement on the night of June 12th. The document says Kelly was feeling faint and dizzy while he saw black dots in his vision early the next morning. They didn't expect him to wake up, I guess. They thought he was going to have a peaceful sleep and not wake up in the morning. That's just my opinion. That's what's running through my head. Not that I feel sorry for R. Kelly, for all he did to all those young women and young girls. Mr. Kelly tried to get up but fell to the ground. The document states he crawled to the door of the cell and lost consciousness. He was placed on a gurney. Prison officials wanted him to be taken to the on-site medical facility, but the staff there could not assist him. I guess that's the infirmary or somewhere where they take you. And if somebody is already trying to take him out while in the popo place, that means they may be working together. I don't know. I'm just thinking out loud. It's just my assumption. You know, Kelly is serving a 30-year sentence for racketeering and sex trafficking at the Federal Correction Institute facility in Buckner. He was convicted in 2022. So he's serving 30 years for racketeering and sex trafficking. That is the same thing the Diddler, Sean P. Diddy Combs, a.k.a. Puff Daddy, a.k.a. Brother Love, is serving. Not serving, is on trial for, should I say. The documents claim that while the ambulance, Kelly heard one of the prison officers with him state, "This is going to open a whole new can of worms." Ooh. Oh my God. I guess they thought he was completely unconscious. And some dingo bats, they think people that are unconscious can't hear what you're saying. People can be in a coma, and still hear everybody that comes in that room. They may not be able to tell you for about a couple months or 10 years or 20 years or 5 years, But when they do open their mouth, open their eyes and open their mouth, they can tell you a lot of things they heard. Yes, they can. Mm-hmm. Yeah. On Tuesday, WRAL News reached out to Brinkley, that's Duke University Hospital and the Federal Correction Institute facility. Okay. So let's go ahead and get into this video. Okay. We're going to get into this video here. Miss all right, Kelly, we're going to take your picture down because we ain't seen enough of you right now. But I'm going to share this video with you all so you can get more insight into what happened. All right, guys.
Breaking news this morning concerning R&B singer and convicted felon R. Kelly. Take a look at this post on X, courtesy of TMZ, in which they say that R. Kelly was reportedly rushed to the hospital from an overdose of medications in prison. TMZ also releasing an article. I do want to read you some of the reports that they have already issued here, as R. Kelly, TMZ says, is doubling down on his claim that his life is in grave danger in prison, now alleging the Bureau of Prison staff at his federal center in North Carolina purposefully gave him too much medication, causing an overdose that left him hospitalized. A court filing submitted by his attorney Monday claims R. Kelly was left bedridden in a hospital after a solitary confinement staff member instructed him to take additional medication the night of June 12th. The next morning, R. Kelly allegedly awakened feeling faint and dizzy, and when he attempted to get up, he fell on the floor, crawled to the door of the cell, and lost consciousness. He was subsequently taken to Duke University Hospital, and during the ride there, he claims he heard a prison officer begrudge, quote, "This is going to open a whole new can of worms." During his 2-day stay at the hospital, Kelly says he learned he was given an amount of his prescribed medication that could have ended his life. Furthermore, Kelly claims in his Monday filing that prison staff took him off necessary blood thinner medication and is now refusing to allow him a doctor-recommended surgery to clear blood clots in his legs and lungs that are putting his life in danger. Instead, they have him locked up in solitary confinement, where Kelly has expressed to his lawyer he is convinced he will be killed or left to die. Therefore, the disgraced music mogul is asking for temporary release to home confinement for the third time, arguing his life depends on it. TMZ goes on to say that an assistant United States attorney swiftly filed a response to Kelly's request, alleging he continuously paints himself as the victim and adding, quote, "This is the behavior of an abuser and a master manipulator on display." The response also claims Kelly knowingly submitted an action to a court that has no jurisdiction over his case, accusing him of instead choosing to write to let his court know that he is cold in prison and to criticize the medical care that he is receiving in order to turn his situation into a grocery store checkout aisle tabloid. Kelly's latest filing comes just a week after his legal team sought his immediate release due to an alleged foiled murder-for-hire plot against him. His team submitted a sworn statement from another inmate who claimed authorities offered him release from prison if he murdered the singer. But just wanted to bring you that breaking news courtesy again of TMZ that R. Kelly reportedly rushed to the hospital from an overdose of medications in prison. So we'll be sure to follow that story for you here on LiveNOW from Fox.
Okay, guys. I hope you all got that. R. Kelly was rushed to the hospital and apparently an overdose of his medication that was given to him by staff. And my understanding is also when they did come to retrieve him from the hospital, they had not just the regular pow-pows on their hip. They had these big, long Uzi guns when they retrieved him. On the against doctors' wishes. And so they took him back, and he claims he got blood clots in his leg. And blood clots is not something that you can just forget about. Blood clots can leave you unalive. So he get to see what normal people, regular inmates, go through. And when I say regular inmates go through, he's not treated any different than anybody else. So I guess you got to pay the piper. He's paying the piper. And paying the piper, you've been treated like anybody else. All right. So that's it when it comes to R. Kelly in the hospital after alleged overdose by the staff. And then the took him against doctor's orders from the hospital. They did say that you do have blood clots, and they just took him away back to the facility. But I will keep y'all updated on it. He got 30 years in the Popo in prison. And also he is charged with the same thing. The Diddler, Sean P. Diddy Combs, Brother Love is being charged with racketeering and SEX trafficking. So I don't think neither one of them is going to be able to see the day to light. I don't think so. Okay, guys. Thank you all.